Ordered! Send more house to save the house! Come on, the house!
We don't have to sit in silence.
No, I'm just wondering whether I should
Generally.
actually start the introduction.
You can. Well, I don't know. I mean...
Well, everyone, you can probably hear it's a little bit of disarray, this. But welcome to Lowerhouse Cricket Club podcast, the Housecast. We are currently, and when I say we've got myself and Joe Martin at the cricket club doing this live, and we've got a couple dialing in to assist us with it and to help with the editing of it. So Adam's online, probably can't say anything, but Joe sat next to me. How's it going, Joe?
Fantastic.
Good. Joe Beneducci is dialing in when he gets a chance. So
I'm going to move closer, Jez.
Yeah, that's
for
good.
Audio reasons.
Let's get up close.
We've also got a pint.
Yeah, I've got a pint. It's worth mentioning why I've got a pint sat here on a Wednesday afternoon. Bit of a sombre sort of start to the podcast, but I really want to get this out there. Today was the funeral of Paul Sandiford, known to everyone at the cricket club and at Burnley Football Club as Bob. You know, obviously it's a real sad occasion, but the service at the Creme, the speeches that were done by his cousin, etc., were real credit and really nice and interesting to listen to. For those who didn't know Bob, we've got listeners who probably don't know him. There won't be many of you, I don't think, because he watched us for ever since I can remember, and that's going back some donkey's years, Joe, if you would know what to say.
Iron Age or
probably just after that. Bob will have been watching us from mid-70s, I would imagine. Played cricket down here, played football. I've learnt today was a goalkeeper, was good at his swimming and his diving. There were some really good stories about Bob, and I'm sure they will be carrying on in the clubhouse. Again, just typical Bob. The tributes were second to none. You know, at the service at the Creme, he had Jerusalem as one of the music for reflection at the start of the service. His cousin Stephen read a lovely poem and also told some tales about his life and how we've not got to forget him, we can't forget Bob. He's such a lasting memory. And I think the biggest memories are the photographs and the contribution he's given to the history of Lowerhouse. So we'll always be in our minds, Bob. But I think it was really interesting. Two of his songs in the service were the Hokey Cokey by Black Lace, which was played, which was really fantastic to hear, and typical Bob. And then Agadoo right at the end. So rest in peace, Bob. We're thinking of you a lot, and please, everyone, keep talking and remembering Bob and looking at the photographs, etc., which are on social media.
Have you watched any of the videos or looked at the photos, Jez?
Vast majority of photos. I look at the photos every day, but they're really quite iconic, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got some brilliant music behind them.
Yeah.
On the videos.
Yeah.
And they're obviously from a period of time. You know, these videos are probably, I don't know, 15 years old, 16
At
years,
least, yeah,
something like
that. Yeah.
And documenting a time at the club when it was successful, but changing, you know, with some young players coming through, and it's always been a kind of we've got to put Joe Beneducci in. That's terrible. It's always been a good social club, hasn't it? Yeah. But it actually documented a lot of what they did. Going on the barges, train trips, trips to Blackpool and that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's really great to see that and how we puts it all and how we put it all together. And obviously sad that he's
Hey dude, sorry about that. Joe forgot to admit you. Dooch was at the funeral. We were sat there together. I've just explained, the kind words that were mentioned for Bob, and how, how lovely in sad circumstances to see these people. But Joe Martin were just talking about the videos and the pictures. I think it's worth mentioning to everyone that on our social media, Adam's created a photograph since Bob passed away, a photograph a day for 30 days. I invite you to go and look at those. They are fantastic. And the actual videos, Joe, are they on our website?
I think they're on. I think there's probably links to them on the website, but they're definitely on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think they're within a folder.
I think they are as well
on the website, so you can find them. But I'm sure that one of us will be able to link.
That's what
I've watched them recently, so.
And they are. It's worth mentioning to people who've not seen it. I've just mentioned it just earlier to some of his friends and family here at the club. Around the photos are really iconic black and white photographs. How it captures the feeling that's happening, and whether it's a win or the spectators travelling. But the videos I used to find amazing because of the music he would play alongside it. It almost marries the footage that he's got. So I'll see if we can get Adam to put a link on there as well with the house cast, so people can go back. As his families have encouraged, let's, no one's going to forget Bob, and let's keep reminding ourselves of these fantastic videos, like you said, going back 15 years or even more. So, Dooch, welcome. You got back okay. Sad afternoon. But the tributes are all out there for Bob. Are you okay?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm okay. Just echo what you said about Bob. He was very talented. When you look at the photos, saying he didn't do that as a job, it was just a hobby he had. He was very talented. What I particularly liked about Bob's pictures was they weren't just of the team and the match. He'd capture whatever else was going on the day, whether they were in a pub, on a train, the group of supporters that he was with. He would always make sure that they got just as much focus as the game. Really, the game was just another part of it. So yeah, Bob's photos were great. He was a lovely chap, and he will be missed.
Yeah. Area. So it's down to the players to keep it going for Bob's sake, and we can continue to remember him through that. So I've just explained as well, Dooch, how you're remote for this. Me and Joe Martin are in the umpires' room down at the club. It's good to get this out. We apologise to all our listeners that we've not got this out before. There might be clubs and players from other clubs that think that we're not doing it because of that disastrous weekend. And it's probably right. I couldn't be bothered with it. I couldn't get round to it, and I don't make any apologies for that. It's difficult. But we do, and we will talk about the disastrous weekend that we had in the early July. And then there's 2 games to talk about since then. And then we'll talk a little bit about the seconds. And then you'll both be pleased to know that we've got the bumper July draw to do.
Fantastic.
Later today. So that's
great.
That's exciting. So I'm going to aim a lot of this stuff at you, Joe Martin, and Dooch, jump in when you can. The build up to the weekend of the T20 quarter-final, the semi-final on the Saturday, and the league game against, the relatively high flyers, Ramsbottom, who were playing well. The build-up to that weekend, a couple of weeks ago, was everything good in the build-up? Was the team in good spirits? Was everyone in good form?
Yeah, definitely. And I think as amateur cricketers, I think they're the kind of games you want to be involved in. High pressure for the standard that we play at against some good teams, and you want to test yourself out, see if you're there or not.
Yeah, and that's a good attitude. The attitude of we relish those games. In the old days, I've got to be, truthful. There were games I was involved in, and I don't know if Dukes were the same in his early years. You were dreading it because you knew you're up against some great sides, and that was never a good approach to have. So the team believe in themselves, and I'm asking questions here that I know the answers to, but you believed in yourself on the build up to it, and everything was great on the build up. So talk us through the Burnley, the T20 game at home on the 3rd of July. What happened there?
So we got 190 odd, 20 overs, batted really well. Some really good, some good performances in there. And then when we bowled, we probably didn't quite. In fact, it's on the batting. Maybe it was a warm night. Part of that heat wave that been about. Warm night, good wicket, good crowd on. I think we might have been a little bit short actually, less than 200. Probably actually short, maybe. You wouldn't normally say that, would you, with that kind of score? But maybe we were in the end.
Right, and that's more hindsight than at the time. What did you think at the time?
A lot of this. At the time, I think you were well in the game, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom batted brilliantly, and lots of other supporting players in that as well. So I think you're pretty confident going into that. And in their batting innings, I think it was a combination of things. I thought they batted pretty well. They were always up with the rate, I think, maybe. That might not be true. I can't quite
remember. They were, from memory, watching it, they were always there or thereabout. It seemed to get away for the last 5 overs. I thought, right, we've got this now, we're back in. But then they had a couple of good overs. For the record, it's worth just going through. We were 189 off our 20 overs. Tom Walker's 80 off 50, a great knock, supported by Ben, the pro, and Dan. Sorry, and Frankie. And I felt it was enough. Dooch, what were your thoughts around that game at half time?
I was super confident at half time. I didn't have any thought at all that we'd not got enough. I thought with the momentum of the way that our innings had gone, we lost 3 wickets early, and then from that point onwards, we played really well. I thought that was a pretty dominant performance. Okay, if you want to be really critical, we did sort of taper off a tiny little bit towards the back end of the innings, but I thought from 60 odd for 3 to then put over 100 on for the 4th wicket, I didn't give Burnley much of a sniff really at half time. I have to be truthful.
Yeah. Matt, my brother, said similar at the time. I wasn't here. I was watching it online. Good track, lots of people watching, a good night. And as you've said, Joe, the players seem to relish this and they can manage it now. Certainly at home with the big players, and they're not getting ridiculous amount of stick. They've knocked them off with 5 balls to spare. It's not comfortable. I'm not suggesting it is whatsoever, but I thought we had them. We had them on the ropes on 2 or 3 occasions. I might be a bit controversial here. Drop catches. We dropped a few catches, Joe. What's the team's thoughts and what happened there?
Yeah, there were a few drop catches. Some challenging, some that I always think that they're always pretty hard anyway. But because that ball's really hard, Jesse, it hurts your hands.
Yeah.
Wear those massive gloves.
Yeah, it knocks your finger back.
Yeah, very sore. Yeah, I think in general we probably didn't field as well as we wanted to.
Okay.
And I think that's a fair assessment. I think I didn't keep particularly well. And I don't think we fielded as well as we'd like. What's that down to? Don't know. These things happen.
Joe, do the players say the pink ball's harder to deal with or not?
I don't think it's I don't think it's ever mentioned. I'm pretty sure that I've said on quite a few occasions that I struggle to pick it up. And I have from the start.
Yeah.
Struggled to,
it is from the back
to see it.
Yeah, I find it.
But that wasn't mentioned, and I don't think we're not really a team that kind of looks for excuses on what happened. I think in any game we'd expect us to take catches. We didn't, and ultimately that's one of the reasons why we probably haven't quite got where we needed to, but not through kind of.
And that does happen.
It does happen, yeah.
It does happen, and I think it exaggerates it when, and it's not just Lowerhouse now. Certainly, when the weather conditions are like this and the pitches are as hard as they are, we see some outstanding fielding in the whole of the Lancashire League or in most teams, and it's almost now like we expect these catches to be taken, and it's more of a surprise when they're not, and it makes it worse that it was Liam Bedford who got their runs that was dropped on a couple of occasions. But you move on. It's really good to see that the team don't get despondent and there's no falling out on the pitch. I remember in our day, Joe, probably just before your time, Stan would be screaming and shouting if someone would drop one. You drop.
But he probably would have been the one who were dropping them, wouldn't he?
Well, most of the time. But then when someone else dropped one, he'd give you a load of stick and then he'd be bollocking you in the dressing room. So that doesn't happen now. So we move on. The feelings going into the cup game against Norden, Joe, just talk me through the thoughts around that. The weather had changed quite strangely, really, and the forecast was up in the air most of the evening and the morning.
Yeah, I think so. It was obviously a great night on Friday in terms of the weather.
Yeah.
The weather on Saturday morning was wet. I was out running, and it was not particularly heavy rain, but you're sort of drenched by the end of it, which is obviously not that pleasant. But by all accounts, the people that I spoke to, it was supposed to brighten up. And when we got to Norden, even though it was raining, they said that it was due to stop at about 12. It didn't. It carried on raining for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then we were looking at the forecasts, and their players were saying, when we get on, that'll be it. So
just stop on it. Yeah, so that was a thought.
Yeah, very much so. So at the toss, it was a 40-over game, and based on the forecasts and on what we know of that ground, we fully expected to bat 40 overs straight through.
Yeah.
That obviously didn't happen.
Yeah. And then it becomes a real issue in batting first in those types of games.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you're not going to answer this question at all, but it seemed to me, the forecast was skirting all around that Manchester, Rochdale area. And it's fantastic to see that the team have that belief in batting first. We can beat sides and bat them out the game. But that was, win the toss, and we've just got to take a chance and believe that we can chase.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, I don't think it's the case that we don't think we can chase.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Well, we can, and we have done this year.
Yeah.
I think there's two things in play. Lots of people will say we should have bowled first, and that's a perfectly reasonable position to take. And I think it's in hindsight, you probably would say bowling first was an advantage.
Thing, yeah.
I think the two things that are tricky in that is the first one is that you expect to bat your 40 overs, and when you don't, and it's reduced, you are at a disadvantage. I actually think the second point of this, which is trickier, which is the constant stop-start of the game.
Yeah.
Where you start at 40 overs, it rains, you get reduced to 36.
Yeah.
And then the game isn't reduced that much much further. It's reduced by 4 overs, I think. It ends up being a 32-over game.
Yeah.
But in the loss of those 4 overs, we must have gone off 3 times, 4 times. So you lose all kinds of momentum.
Yeah.
Johnny was batting brilliantly. Tom Walker was batting extremely well.
Yeah.
And so, and Dan was batting well. So I think that's where the difficulties are, because you just can't get into your innings.
No.
And if people say we should have bowled first, we probably could have bowled first.
Yeah.
But
it's not.
But we didn't.
I think it's good to debate it here, just so that the people who are listening can understand. Because if I remember right, that now the rules are, if you don't face 20 overs, then it's no game.
Yeah.
It used to be. Did it used to be 30?
Pardon? No, it used to be 50. It used to be full 50 overs.
Yeah, and if you didn't get 50,
if you didn't get 50 overs in,
it was rained off.
Yeah.
But right. Once you've won the toss and batted, once it starts to reduce, and it gets down to, like you're saying, you're off 4 times, you're losing 2 overs here, 4 overs there. You're better off it raining and it being abandoned.
Yeah, very much so.
Which is a gamble. Which again, the forecast didn't suggest that were going to happen. And in hindsight, I'm sure everyone would agree that bowling first would have been better. But that's just in hindsight.
Yeah, I mean, people will say that I'm sort of not answering the question about whether I think, but I just think it's kind of a sort of irrelevant point.
Yeah.
In that we didn't bowl first.
Yeah.
We batted first.
But we had the choice to.
We had the choice to. We didn't take that choice. Yeah. We chose to bat.
I'm just thinking, it's what people are thinking. I was thinking at the time, I understand it inside out, why you've done it, and I would support that all day long. It's just a point that everything's gone against us.
Yes, for a second year.
Yeah.
That's
and,
true.
But in cricket, you do make your own luck, and what goes around comes around. So maybe if that was a luck thing. What's your view on that, Duke? Because I don't want to labour it too much. It's a mute point. That was a decision, and we will support the skipper and the team all day long. But what's your view on it?
I disagree with you. I don't think you can say it's irrelevant what happened at the toss, and I don't really know what you meant by that, Joe.
Yeah, I think to explain, I don't think it's irrelevant in terms of whether you bat or bowl first. I think it's sort of
the discussion's irrelevant.
Irrelevant after the fact.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's okay. Well explained. What do I think? Well, let's be clear about it. I think we should have bowled first. That's probably not really what you're asking me, but I think, saying we were looking at the weather forecast and we thought we were going to get an uninterrupted innings, that's okay. But sometimes you just have to look at the sky and have a look on what you think is going to come down from the sky. And it did look like, I was there all day, and to me, it looked like it was going to rain. Now, how much it was going to rain, well, that's impossible to say. And how long you're going to be off, impossible to say. How many times you're going to be off, impossible to say. But when you weigh all that up, the conventional knowledge is that you would bowl first and let the other team worry about all that's going on. And then if the game gets abandoned, then you're no worse off. You just go again next week. However, on the flip side, the team liked to bat first. They won the league by 60 points last year, batting first near enough every time. They've obviously got a great deal of comfort around batting first. And if they want to do that, and they think that's the best way of getting a result, then who are we to argue? Like I said, they did win the league by 60 points last year with a very set, clear plan. Now, if they play that game again this weekend under the exact same circumstances, would they make the same decision? I'm not sure. You'd have to ask Ben. But like Jez said earlier, I can certainly see why they would do it. And was that the only factor that we lost the game? No, absolutely not. We still didn't do things well enough. Would we have got a better crack at it if we'd been batting second? Well, that's up for debate, but I would say yes, probably yes. We probably would have had a better crack at it batting second. But anyway, like you said, Joe, it's irrelevant. So there you go.
Well, yeah. But well articulated, Joe, because I think all the points that you brought up there are accurate and fair, and I think that is, and I think it's a perfectly reasonable position to take. Should we bowl first? And it's a great question. Great question to ask Ben. Would you do it? If you were to do it again? Would you do it differently? You might do. I mean, the other thing in it, Jez, is we're not immune to mistakes.
Absolutely, and that is the big point. Yeah.
Everybody cares and everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get it wrong. And
I think it's important to get across that we are not criticising.
Oh, no.
By no means are we criticising any decisions that Ben makes or the team makes or the club makes. It's a topic, it's a discussion point, which I think is important that we discuss for the benefit of the fans, because between us three, we've played enough cricket to know that rain affected cricket games cause mayhem amongst fans as well, because the fans are sat around watching. They're discussing, which we'll come on to in a minute, they're discussing various points within the game. Everyone's got far too much time on their hands, which includes sat in the bar drinking more than they probably would have done if there hadn't been a game on. And I include home and away fans, players, ex-players, not players who are playing. And there is a debate to the far end of a trump by everyone around what's happening and what's happening. And I think the toss, we move on from it. That's life, and we would continue to support. But it's interesting.
They played pretty well.
Well, yeah, they did. We're going to come on to that now. I think they managed the game very well, certainly with certain aspects of it, and they dictated to us, when we were going to get the runs, and it was quite interesting because obviously the seconds at Norden didn't have a game, as our seconds didn't have a game. And it was interesting, when you were playing and there was a little bit of drizzle and there was quite a bit of stick coming from the Norden fans who included players, and all they were giving a stick about was a podcast. Which, how great advertisement is that? It was, telling...
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Telling Tom Walker, you're going to put that on your podcast if Tom... had a big appeal. Is that going on your podcast? Are you going to record about that? And and I was sat there. I don't know if they knew I was part of the podcast, but I found it very. I almost felt famous.
Flattering.
Yeah, quite flattering. So,
Jez, go on, Joe. Sorry,
I was going to say, can I just say before you move off the topic of the toss completely?
Yeah.
A general question about tossing for you two. If we play 25, 26 games in a season, excluding the T20, but say we play 25, 26 full-length games in a season, how many of those games do you think the toss is crucial to the outcome?
Crikey.
And I don't have an answer to this, by the way. And when I say crucial to the outcome, I mean like this game that we've just talked about there, whether you get it right, you give yourself a massive advantage, get it wrong, you give yourself a massive disadvantage, which could affect the outcome of the game.
I reckon it's less than 30%.
That's to this. So do you mean, because if you win for example, the last couple of games, and we've got 300 and plus, that is winning the toss and batting. That is significantly important. You mean a controversial decision? It's like, because I think
you just mean in general.
Yeah, it don't have to be controversial. I just mean out of the games that we would play, how much of a difference does the toss make? That's what I'm trying to get to generally. You get a decision.
Do you think so?
A decision.
I do.
You think what?
I think quite a lot. I think, because you go for that rain-affected game where it's a difficult call. It really is for Ben and the team around, the seniors around him, as to what they're going to do. You've no idea what the weather's going to do, how it's going to change, how the ball's going to, perform, what the outfield's going to be like. And then the other extreme is, and we'll come on to this, but I'm just going to allude to the Enfield away game. There is a chance, if Enfield had won the toss, I'm not suggesting that they got as many as us, but they could have almost battered us out of the game because the pitch was extremely good.
Yeah.
The outfield was lightning. So my point is, those are two extremes where you win the toss, with everything in your favour. You've got 80% chance of winning the game if the sides are equal. It's a great point, that, dude. Maybe we'll have some people commenting on it.
This is a separate point. When Jez said he felt famous this week, Dooch, at the club, I didn't feel famous this week.
Oh, no.
When I went for a drink and I give them, I said, can I have a lime and lemonade or whatever, and they looked at me and went, do you have a member's card? And Dave Flounders floundered, who else is on the ground when we do it at the end of the year. It looked at me and went, not as famous as you think, do you?
It is. It certainly bring you down to earth, don't it?
Yeah.
No, but great point, Dukes, and maybe something we could pursue again further when we get the other co-hosts on. Let's get into the actual game as quickly as we can. We'll get through it. We won 5-8. Clearly, because of the conditions, it wasn't enough. They scored the required run rate relatively quickly. They're pro-battered quite well, Price. And we didn't look like we were going to get back in it. Just a point that I'd like to bring up and discuss. And we have discussed this off air, so I would come to you both in a minute just to air your views on this. Their opening bowler, an exceptional player, played first class cricket elsewhere. He's an amateur for Norden. Bowled his overs, then came off with an injury. There seemed to be some controversy around that. Now I understand what's the spirit of cricket, etc. is. Joe, can you just tell the listeners, what went on there and what happened with the umpires?
Yeah, I mean, so he went off injured.
Yeah.
We played against him the week before. He bowled his overs, and then, probably didn't quite trying to be diplomatic, Jess, wasn't that keen on fielding. But then went off, and then also I think bowled the day after as well after having an injury. Yeah. So we are sort of disputing whether the injury is legitimate or not, or whatever. But it's impossible to prove. Because he might be injured, and if you say he's not injured and you cause him, additional harm, then that's terrible. But I've got no real solutions to policing it, to for umpires to make a decision. I don't really know what else the umpires can do except say yes or no to it.
Dooch, your thoughts?
Don't know.
I don't like it, Jez, and I've told you before I don't like it. I don't think a bowler should be able to open the bowling, bowl his overs, and then go off and be replaced by a subfielder with impunity. I don't think that's fair. I don't think, as a one-off, you could explain it. If it happens 2 weeks on the trot, well, that's pushing it a bit. If it goes beyond that, then to me, he's just taking the mickey out of the opposition. That's all that's happening. Did it affect the result? Absolutely not.
No.
Would I expect our players to be upset and raise a protest with that? Yeah, 100%, and I would support them all the way.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's worth pointing out though, Dooch, he didn't come off the week before.
No, he fielded.
Not against Lowerhouse, he didn't, but he did in another game. That was the. I don't know that because obviously I wasn't there. But the story that was going around the ground was that David Lee's the umpire was umpired him in a game when he came off.
Yeah,
so but I don't know that for a fact.
I think we reiterate this is not sour grapes. We got beaten fair and square. It's just an interesting point again that because it's raining and the spectators have more time on their hands than they would wish, they're asking questions about it. I think the letter of the law is that it's potentially breaching the spirit of cricket by doing that, certainly on a regular basis. And the only people that can act on it are the umpires by refusing. They can't stop the bowler playing with an injury. Can't do it. But they can stop a subfielder coming on. So they would then have to field with 10 men, which if that's what they chose to do, they could do that anyway. And your view there, Dooch, is that would feel better for you if they bowled him for his allotted 8 overs. It comes off and they don't get a fielder.
Well, he won't come off, would he?
Exactly that. Well, he'd stand at third man and maybe not field, or
which a lot of bowlers in games that we've played in who are stiff go and do.
Yeah. It's not sour grapes whatsoever. It was just an interesting topic point going forward, and I am aware that other players and clubs have mentioned about this and players leaving the field. Let's move on. The following day, crikey, we've been going for 40 minutes and all we spoke about is defeat.
We're about to extend that now, Jeff.
Yeah, Rami in the league game, Joe. Talk us through it.
Ken, it was not that pleasant a day to play cricket. We battered. I don't think we won the toss actually on this one. I think we lost it. Did we? Oh, Rami won the toss.
Yeah.
But Birdie bowled very well first up. And meant that we couldn't quite accelerate as we usually would try to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Johnny batted exceptionally well, magnificent, and so did Francois. It was a great partnership. Got us back from, I don't know, 10 for 4, something like that, 15 for 4, and put on a brilliant partnership and battered so well. Got us up to just below 200, and we gave it a good go. We did. We give it a good go, but it felt like the longer that game went on, the less chance we had of winning it. We needed to blow them away in the first 10, 15 overs, and when we didn't, they could just extend and keep playing. Their pro batted well, and so did Ben Pearson. They played well. They played better than us on the day.
And I think we've done, again, and we keep saying, going back historically, would have been bowled out for 110. We wouldn't be now because this has been going on for 5-10 years that you're such a good side. You can pull partnerships together from 13 to 4 to 164 for 5. You've potential there. If Keegan comes off, if Paddy hangs around with Shawcat and Toxie, we could get 220, 230, which then is a different type of sport.
I thought where we were close to 200, I actually thought we were in the game.
Yeah.
As their innings carried on, it slowly didn't turn out that way, but they batted well.
They did. That's the quality of the Premier League now. Is that they didn't score at the required rate at all for the first 5, 10, 15 overs, but they kept the wickets in the 10. And Tom Parton getting 40, the Pro 67, and Pearson 65. They've won that quite comfortably with 6 overs to go.
I mean, the other thing on this is that you've got 3 massive games on 3 consecutive days.
Yeah.
And I think what that actually does is, although we lost all 3, it's not a true reflection on how we were playing at the time. And how the group was coming together. So it magnifies the whole thing into something that it's not. I think if you move those games in and around, you might still not win them all. You might not win any of them, but because of where they were in a particular point in time, I think it makes it look worse than it was.
We've said it loads of times, and this side now, this group of players for the last 5 years, it's momentum.
Yeah.
And you've always benefited from momentum of maybe a little bit of bad luck or a bit of bad form. You've got through games because of your momentum. You're 100% right. The game Saturday knocked the stuffing out of you. Friday, difficult, but you played well. Saturday, it's questions. You go into Sunday, you lose the toss. You do really well to get to that 190 odd, but the momentum's just continued.
Yeah, puff.
And you've run out of puff. But we've got back from it. Dooch, anything about the Rammy game? Because I'd just like to talk about our twos at Rammy.
Yeah, one quick point. This is for Joe, really. We've lost 4 games of cricket this year. 2 of them against Ramsbottom.
Yeah.
We lost 3 games of cricket in the whole of last season. 2 of them against Ramsbottom.
Right.
The year before, we didn't play them because they were relegated.
Right.
But the year before, in the season that they actually got relegated, they even beat us that year, even though they finished stone bottom.
Good start. What, they beat us twice?
No, they beat us once. We played them the first game of the season on a real wetting at Lowerhouse, and we won. And then we played them at the halfway stage at Rammy, and they beat us. That was 2022. Right. No, 2023.
Yeah.
2024, they were in the division below. 2025, when we won the league by 60-odd points, they beat us twice. And this year, they beat us twice.
That's a great start, Stato.
Yeah.
So you need to put your finger out, Joe, basically.
Don't know how you want to respond. Don't know how you want to respond.
Pull your finger out against Rammy.
I mean, I don't think I've ever hit a boundary at Rammy.
No?
It's too big.
You're more likely to run 5.
My chasm just used to hit me in my chest.
Yeah.
Then swing one away.
So the second 11, let's have a look at the second, how they've gone on over the last that particular day. They're playing at Rammy. A great performance. I went down watching that one, and they bowled so well. It was an absolute tatering. But Rammy were nowhere near as poor as the scorecard would suggest. Our seconds played extremely well. The bowlers were a full unit. The fielding was fantastic. The way that they went about the business, they bowled Rammy all out for 60, 64. Biff got 4, Edwards 4, Williams 1, Yanis 1.
Oh, they're wide, Jez.
Yeah, but it still adds up to 10, doesn't it?
Bithell 2, Williams 3,
Yeah.
Yanis 4, Jack's 1.
And Jack's 1. Sorry about that. I wonder if anyone else had noticed if you had to brought it up.
Yeah, well,
possibly not.
Probably that team would have.
But it's worth mentioning Chris Blaise now. He's playing the seconds, enjoying his cricket. He's available for the first team, getting runs when he can. Fielding at slip, got 4 catches, and they were quality bowling. They were obviously seaming around a little bit, a bit of swing.
I remember him fielding in slip. Did he ever field in slip when you played, Dooch?
Don't ever remember seeing him in slip. No.
One game he fielded at slip. He took a one-handed diving catch against Rochdale.
It was particularly good because I'm watching and I'm walking around. I've got him right at the right angle, and one of them were a proper goalkeeper's catch. Guy full length, 2 hands,
pushed it out,
picked it round the post. So great performance. I thought Deck Stanley batted so well there. He just took control.
Well, that batting innings is remarkable.
Yeah. So they're 64 all out, and we're 65 for none off 14, just short of 15 overs. Declan 56 not out, and young Clarkey 3
not out
off 38 balls. But he did it. They batted extremely well together. Rammy were trying to keep Declan away, but he batted really well for that. So that were a great performance and a good win for the twos.
Yeah.
So that's going back to the 18th. So let's quickly go through the Enfield win away, Joe.
Yeah.
The first team game.
Yes.
A bit of a tatering, I think, is even the Enfield lads would probably agree.
Yeah, I think so. You know, a couple of standout performances. Johnny battered exceptionally well, 70 odd, smashed his first ball for 4, and then you sort of sit back and you think, well,
it was red hot.
It was red. It was real. It was a hot day. Quite windy, Jez.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But yeah, Johnny battered extremely well, and obviously Dan was in supreme form.
Yeah.
Massive 100.
Yeah.
Some massive 6s.
Yeah.
And battered brilliantly. And realistically, they never had a chance.
No, again, it's one of those games that we talk about the toss, Dooch, and that was a win the toss and sunbathe. And, you know, Ben, a little bit of form coming back there, goes 31. Him and Henry putting 35 on. Then Ben's out on 59. And then Johnny and the pro, you know, they put 140 on. And then the next steps, you've got 150 for the next wicket. It's worth mentioning there, you know, that they've also... You know, they've got Keith Barker, who is a county player still, who's a quality cricketer.
And what a nice chap.
Yeah, lovely fella. Yeah.
Really nice.
But he couldn't bowl to anyone. No one could bowl. Certainly to Dan. You know, Dan got 178 in 127 balls, 19 fours and 7 sixes. And it was at stages, you know, it was run out of balls.
Yeah.
The game's halted because they just kept disappearing. So it's a good performance, 393, and you've been bowling, you know, for your 3 or 4 hours. It's difficult, and we bowled them out for 125. So that's a massive win, 268. So then, anything, Dooch, about that before we move on to the Clitheroe game?
No, I'm happy to move on.
Yeah, okay. So then Clitheroe this weekend, Joe.
Yeah.
Won the toss and we decided to bat. Again, a big score.
Yeah.
The attitude in the team is continued. Don't be too high, don't be too low.
I think it's actually really important. I mean, I was thinking about it the other day, in that I think that you've got to sort of stay pretty measured.
Yeah.
I think if you get over emotional,
yeah,
I think it doesn't benefit. I think it only benefits the other team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I think you've got to sort of guard against that, actually, and just make sure you do your job, as Roy Keane would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was good to watch. And again, baking up, pitch looked fantastic.
Yeah, it was really
the outfield was very quick.
Very quick. Yeah.
There's not many grounds like Lowerhouse, I think, where we can.
It's that.
Hey, Stanley.
All right.
Yeah,
not so bad, are you?
We're just complimenting your ground of how well it's been playing, and certainly the Clitheroe game, it looked like
podcasting.
Yeah. Right. You should come on soon.
Yeah, I'd love to. How long will you be? Because I want to get changed.
All right, we can.
I can get changed elsewhere.
All right.
Half an hour. 20 minutes.
I'll get changed.
Go on then. We're all right. It's not on video. So the Clitheroe home game, I'll ask Joe Martin, the outfield here, once it gets in the condition it's in now, and players can start working the ball down to third man towards the electric substation, there's no catching it, is there?
No, it's impossible.
Stan's just been looking everywhere for his shoes. We're still looking for him, and he's just remembered he's got them on.
Yeah, I think it's...
Once it's gone down, it's like an ice rink.
I walked around, I think I was doing the collection, and Adam Bolton, who was fielding on the bottom, and there's lots of day for cricket. I mean, it's a really fast, hard outfield, and you're nearly on 300. Yeah. I'm paraphrasing it, I can't quite remember what he said, but it was sort of like, what a great day to lose the toss.
And it does, you can hear, you know, it's almost like concrete, and it's just so quick down there. Hard. And again, I'm not giving any secrets away. I'm sure the sides that work us out and but you can't do anything about it. Dan knows that. Dan can work the ball, and he
really?
knows where fielders. You
Yeah.
could have 3 fielders on the boundary edge, and he will put it between you.
Yes.
Because it's that quick. So 301, we've got to make mention of Henry.
Yes, I was gonna say Dan obviously came in and battered brilliantly again.
Yeah.
Another 100.
Yeah.
Another fast 100.
Yeah.
And
78 balls.
Yeah. So it was brilliant again. Such a great innings. I think he'll be on like nearly 600-700 runs for the year now.
Yeah.
And I know he's had 280 in the last 2 games, but even so, he's battered extremely well. And yes, we should definitely talk about Henry because it was so great. It was so great to watch. A young lad who is a really good friend now.
Yeah.
Do so well. He battered brilliantly well. Played all the way around the ground. He swept, hit shots, cow corner, hit straight, beautiful drives. It was so brilliant to watch. If you get a chance to watch the Keith Fawcett video that's out now, I've watched it in parts throughout the day. It's magnificent.
Yeah.
Really, really brilliant. I'm so pleased for him because he works really hard at his game and all men the batting's hard.
Really and it's
hard.
not, Henry's not a Ben Heap or a Johnny or a Dan, or Keegan. He's not the sort of player that he's just brute and force.
Yeah,
he works his game out.
No.
He does work it out. He's putting on there 80 odd for that second wicket, and then he's putting on 170, and he's always looks in control. And again, we're not giving secrets away because I'm sure that people have seen it. He's just getting better and better against spin bowling.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
He uses his feet down the track. He sweeps really well, and I think the way Dan's obviously a very experienced player, he didn't really need to nurture him through. It was a good partnership that they worked together, and it was so good that they could get as close to that. Dan was always catching Henry up, but they get to the 100 almost at the same time.
It's a great moment.
And they come off, 105 not out and 102 not out, and we get 300.
Yeah, really great. I mean, Johnny batted very well as well.
Yeah.
Johnny looked like he could have got 200.
Yeah.
Or 150.
Yeah.
He batted extremely well. But brilliant Henry and Dan.
Yeah.
Really fantastic.
So we got the 301 again. They looked shattered. It was red hot, but I thought they gave it a good shot. Were you? Obviously, you've got to be confident when you've got 300. Was there any doubts in your mind? Was there any thoughts of this could get away from us at any point?
No.
Right, good point.
Not really.
And myself as well. It just looked far too many. Certainly when they're pro rated, he looked a good player.
He's a very good player, and again, a very nice chap. I like him.
Yeah.
So he's a good player.
He would have had to get a big 100, or Ali Ross. Yeah, or one of the other top amateur batters would need to get a ton and along with him. So,
but Toxie was brilliant.
Yeah,
Toxie bowled extremely.
He did. He had his own fan club on the ground. They were cheering every ball, every wicket. He bowled fantastically well in his length, I think, and his top of off stump continually. Not allowing them anything to work away. So when they started to work it, we were losing the wickets. And again, I'm not blowing. These rules have been in place for a number of years now, but it just shows. And we can talk about percentage of runs to get bonus points, but they were still in the shout. Towards the end, Mulligan getting 42, Dibby getting 17. They were still pushing to try and get those bonus points, which kept the game really interesting.
Yes.
Which is it's good to see, whether we think it should be a percentage of the scores instead of 50 runs to get your first bonus point. But it allows us to play more attacking, to give them a chance to get bonus points. And we managed to get the extra 2 points ourselves with 2 balls to go, which could be important.
It just didn't sort of peter out, did it, as a game?
No, it was good to watch.
We had to go quite aggressive.
Yeah.
Because we could go really defensive and they wouldn't have got
to
250.
Exactly.
But we had to go aggressive to try and get the wickets as we could,
which gives them a chance.
Because it's not in their interest to defend.
And
so
Dan's developed a new moon ball, hasn't he? Very interesting at the end. That were interesting. He was lobbing them up, see if they could, and we managed to get the extra point, so that's good. Duke, anything on the Clitheroe game before we move on?
Yeah, nothing other than you've not touched on already. The 2 points I had were Johnny Whitehead first of all, and you mentioned him a few times there, but he does look to be in great nick since he's come back from that couple of week break that he had for various reasons. But since then, he's played some great knocks, really, really good. And obviously, Henry, super chuffed for him. He looked like he might have got that 100 in the reverse fixture against Clitheroe.
Yeah.
But he batted very well that day too. Echo everything that you said about his work ethic, his quality against spin. He's got 354 runs so far this season, with a good chunk of the season still to go. So he could get 500, and he could go beyond that. And he's still only 21. In future years, the sky really is a limit for him. He could be an absolute run machine at the top of the order for us in future years. So let's hope he keeps developing.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I really hope so. And I think I said earlier in one of the earlier podcasts that I actually quite like him batting at 5 and 6. I think in those middle overs, I think he's pretty good. But as he's moved up the order, it just seems like he's, freed him up to play how he wants to.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's really, really good. Because he's a young lad in amongst a team of experienced cricketers, and it would be easy, for example, to say Francois open the batting, or let's have Johnny, you can keep opening the batting, or if we want to change it, let's see if I can have another comeback.
Steady on. No, but what that spell a little bit further down the order will give him is versatility, and it will give his game, a much more rounded feel to it, and it will be much more comfortable in different scenarios because he's had to bat, in different positions. And when he does finally settle in one spot, he will be a much better player for it, I believe. So, good on him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Joe's a little bit reluctant because he might take over the nicest lad in the team.
Who? Henry?
Henry, yeah.
Yeah.
What a great character. He's a lovely, lovely lad. So that's cricket done. Anything else from yourself, Joe Martin, before we move on to the draw?
No, it's lovely to be back.
Good.
As I've said. And Duke, I've not seen you for ages.
I didn't go to the Clitheroe game. I had a pre-arranged engagement, unfortunately. So, but we did have about 3 laps at Enfield, which is only just over a week ago.
I know, but I feel like I need to see you on a more regular basis. And I'm working on Friday. If you want lunch, we can go for it.
That'd be nice.
I'm busy.
I'm going out for lunch with a woman, unfortunately.
Oh, fantastic! I'm not.
That's the cricket done and dusted. Sorry we've flown through it, and sorry we've missed a couple of weeks, but that weekend did take a bit of getting over. Yeah, we are busy. We've got other jobs.
Because we had a full...
That's what people want to hear.
Yeah, I know that, but let's give them the honest.
Yeah, we were too busy. Me and Joe tried to do it, and it stood me up. And then we tried to get an online one, and that didn't work. But anyway.
Guess it right, don't be a quitter. It's time to play. Guess the winner.
We don't need to make excuses for people. So now let's move on to the draw. There is some breaking news with regard to the draw. The prize money has been increased.
Oh, fantastic. Well done, Jez.
Managed to get the nod off.
Is that Andy Burnham's responsibility? Has he sorted that out?
That's right. Since the new Prime Minister's come in and he's cut the VAT on our gas bills, and all bus fares are going to be £2. Lowerhouse draw is going up. £100.
Oh, fantastic.
For the July winners. July and December are always bumper draws. and historically there have been 5 £100 prizes. Well, they've been increased to 6 £100 prizes. So let's see.
So what about the other months?
Right. Well, I'm still in negotiation. I'm thinking of doing 2 £100 first and second prizes. We don't want to have small prizes, 20 quid.
No.
But that's what I'm thinking. I just need to talk to the Chancellor.
Okay, fantastic.
And then we might increase those. But for today, there is 6 £100 prizes.
Adam, play the music.
Guess it right, don't be a quitter. It's time to play. Guess the winner.
So, on to Guess the Winner, the Lowerhouse draw, July 2026. Before we draw it, I need to just give a couple of quick shout-outs. Sam Smith, thanks for joining.
Nice.
You have been mentioned before that Sam and Mick Smith have joined. Bish Bash Deboo, who's a celebrity in Burnley, doesn't want his identity revealed. Thanks very much, Bish. Lisa Simmy's missus has joined. Thank you very much. Sean Heaton's joined.
Fantastic.
And his standing order has started.
Brilliant.
So thanks for joining, Sean.
We need to get him on, really, don't we?
He's winter. He's going to come. He's a winter guest. Yeah, he's promised.
He's winter.
He's winter.
He is winter. As I've said, and Mick Smith as well. He's down at 161, number 161. We've also got, and I've not highlighted him here, Clitheroe and Yanis have both joined.
Nice.
I think Yanis is paying for Clitheroe, but that standing order has started as well. So I've not read out the numbers because we've been on far too long already. Yeah. So let's draw the draw, please. Joe Martin, shake your balls up, and I want a number between 1 and 180.
81.
Now, don't you look at this?
I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't see.
All right. This is really transparent now, isn't it? 81.
Yeah.
Right, this lad has been watching us for a long, long time. I think he used to be in the juniors down here. He's a real good lad, a real good character. Are you ready for this clue, the pair of you?
Yes.
He's a proper good thespian.
Kevin K.
Yeah, well done, Joe. Kev K, £100, number 81. Well done.
Dooch's first captain.
Well, Kev. Correct.
Right.
Under 13s.
What year would that have been, Dooch?
92, something like that.
I should have known that stat. Should I come out with that? That would have been good.
Well, you know it now. Write it down.
In case he wins again. The next one. Well done, Kev. £100 coming your way. Next number, please, Joe Martin.
133.
This lad has only been in the draw since the 1st of May.
Okay.
2026. So I will have read his name out on numerous occasions for you two to listen to. He's a spectator and he has watched us a lot. He watches us a lot. He always sits at the park end around with Paul Hargreaves and...
Oh, Simon Fisher.
Well done, dude.
Nice. Good job.
Good lad. Well done. So that's number 133, £100, Simon Fisher. Well done, Simon. I'll get you 100 quid to you very soon. Next number, please, Joe.
Number 26. Is that one of the original, Jez?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
How many numbers were originally in it? 100?
Yeah, we limited to... But we never really had 100 when Stan ran it. No, there were more police in it that didn't know they were in it. They thought they were in police draw. Right, so number 26. I genuinely thought that was mine now, but it's not. Right then. There's hundreds of clues I can give for this.
Okay.
He's probably one of the blokes I would say. He's not a fantastic lad. He's a bit of a clown at times. But we all love him to bits.
Frank Kente.
No.
Oh.
That probably does describe him as well. Older than Frank. He don't come on much now.
Oh. And did he describe him as daft?
Yeah, it's daft. He does daft stuff.
Player?
No, never played ever.
But the spectator.
Yeah, used to watch a lot. As hasn't watched as much in the last probably 5 years or so. Comes on odd games. Dooch, you know him very, very well.
Do you have another clue for us?
I do have another one, but Dooch will probably get it. So
it's okay.
Are you sure? He has hundreds of nicknames.
Dave Gardner.
Yeah, Dave Gardner, Beaker, Pissy Pants.
It's a shame Gav's not here because he'll reel all his nicknames off. Some of them are probably not fit for publication.
No. It's worth it. Dave Gardner, for those everyone will know him down at club. He used to work with Gav and Matt Stanley and all these sort of people. And when those three and Simon O'Driscoll and Elme.
And your Matt. No, Matt didn't work there, but he knocked about him, didn't he?
Yeah, they all knocked about it, and it was just crazy times. I could do a lot with him, Dave, telling some of his crazy stories. I went to watch the Sex Pistols with him the weekend before last, and it's just an experience. I can't put it any other way.
Well, did Matt not live with him for a little while?
Yeah, for the odd occasions. It was Matt and Elme that lived there with Dave. Dave bought a big house in Upton, and they moved in with him. And at least, not every day, but at least 2 or 3 times a week, they would play tricks on him. And he wouldn't either get it or understand, and it was just complete mayhem. You know, they'd remove his settee, and he'd come home from work and he'd no settee. They would, you know, all the classics. There is some that we can't mention on here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say there's one that you can't tell on here, but the end result was the resignation of Dave's cleaner.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We can't tell that story on here.
No, he had a cleaner for about 18 years and she resigned one day, and Dave still doesn't really know why. But anyway, we'll move on. £100 next prize, please. Well done, Dave. I'll get it to you soon.
145.
145. £145. This lad's been in since January 2010. If I said Gordon something, it would give you his last name.
Owley. Flash.
So it's an old-fashioned.
Gordon's a moron.
No, it's an old-fashioned saying. You say Gordon
Bennett.
Yeah,
Bennett.
that's it.
Bennett.
No, George Bennett. Well done.
Did you say George Bennett?
Yeah.
Who's it?
Well done, George. Well done, George. £100 coming your way. Another £100, please. There's 2 to go, Joe.
This is a close one. 146.
Jay, come up.
You're all going to go boo. It is a woman.
Female.
Female, sorry. It's female.
Female.
I'm going to boo her.
There we go. Laura Nelson.
Lisa Hope.
No.
Judith Wren.
No.
Anne Cochran.
No.
Laura Wren.
No.
Adele Stanley.
You're all going to go boo. I think I fixed it.
Amy Hope.
No, Amy's not in.
Oh, that's a shame. Next Anna.
Susan Martin.
We're all going to go boo.
Yeah.
She goes.
No, because she won it. She won. She won in April this year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jean Hay.
No.
Sharon Stansfield.
No.
Come on, give us a clue, Jez.
It's a member of someone's family who's in this call.
All right. Okay.
Rachel Benedict.
Susan Martin.
No.
Not my sister. She's fine.
No, she's not.
Member of my family.
No, I didn't say your family. I said who's in this call.
Family, isn't it?
In this call.
Diane Hope.
That's right. Well done, Joe. 2 each. There's 2 each for that. Stan's here now. You could play this last point of this game, Stan. We have a guess the winner, Stan. Just stop in for this bit.
All right.
So we've drawn the 100 club. We've drawn 5 100 prizes. Unfortunately, you've not won.
Well, that's part of the course.
What's Stan's number? I mean, he's busy, isn't he?
I think.
Let's have a look.
76, 75, something like that.
So what we play is we draw the number out. I don't tell people who it is. I give people clues as to who it is. You're 75, Stan.
Good knowledge, Stan.
So if you could play this last bit, but it's 2-2 with these two clowns now. We couldn't guess one of them, and they got 2 each. Kev K, Simon Fisher, Dave Gardner, George Bennett, and Di Hope. So £100.
George Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to struggle on that. I knew his brother Gordon. But I'd have got the others, I think.
Yeah, you'd have got it before these two. We've been at it an hour. So share your ball.
How does he know he'd got the other two? He didn't hear the clues. How could he possibly say he got the other two? Go on, Jez.
They're arguing online. Right, another number.
Number 23. I shook him up, Joe.
Right, I did know who this was.
Well done.
But you've forgotten.
No.
I knew it. So you still know.
I've got a really poor memory for numbers. They are cryptic, some of these clues, Stan, but you're all good at that.
All right.
I'm very poor at remembering numbers, but I knew this one.
Is it you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stan didn't get it, so Joe Martin wins 3-2 and gets the winner. And number 23, check the spreadsheet.
Yeah. Well done, Jez.
I know you can't see it. Jez up, £100. Oh, look at dude shaking his head.
What's Joe Beneducci's number? It'll have a 0 in it, won't it?
What if it has? No, it's 35, dude, yours.
Oh.
So the last winner is me. It's a bit embarrassing.
No, it's not embarrassing, Jez. Don't be embarrassed. It's fair enough.
We should definitely give it back.
My last win was 21st of March, 2021.
Well done.
So I think we can, and it's all fair, isn't it? So I'll quickly run through. Kev K, £100. Simon Fisher, £100. Dave Garner, George Bennett, Di Hope, and Jez Hope, £100 each. Any other members that want to join and keep making the inquiries, we can get it done really quickly.
I mean, based on those results, Jez, any members of the Hope family can join.
Yeah,
and they'll win
if they want to. Yeah. So don't forget, give us a shout, and we can get your number going as quickly as possible. So that's enough from me. We've been on for long enough here. It's an hour and a quarter, that episode.
Fantastic.
No, there's a lot of cricket to be talked about. People want it. We want to deliver it when we can. It's good to do it in person. So there's nothing else from me other than we're going to go and watch the All-Stars now. So that's entertaining for us. Duke, anything from yourself?
Nope, nothing to add. See you all at weekend, probably.
Yeah, brilliant. That'd be good. And Joe Martin?
Nothing from me, Jez.
Brilliant. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and whatever else you do, and we'll come back to you as soon as possible.
Excellent.
Gordon, send Morehouse to save the house.